Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So, I have an interesting story that's coming out of New Jersey. Let me make sure my sound and everything is correct. Guys, coming up tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm going to have an awesome show. Grant Cameron is going to be here at 5 p.m. Hard Bastard is going to be here immediately after at 7. Both of those shows should be magnificent. So I would say be here. It would be a great show. Granted, it's going to be like 4 hours, but it's going to be a break between them, but it's going to be good. Second, all of you who donate, contribute, watch my show, like my videos, share my videos. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you very much. We've been down on Democrats. Now, we haven't been down on Democrats for no reason, of course. We've down on Democrats because Democrats have lost whoever they were. They're no longer the working class. People represent them or see them as just being representative of the upper class, the upper crust, the corporate America. They're the corporate party, or the party of corporate America. Workers and lefties don't necessarily have a party to articulate what they want to see in the country. We are the lost children of sorts. One of the governors, though, goes back to my point. You support the people who represent your interests, whatever that interest is. Support the person who represents your interests. I don't know all of the governor's policies on this, meaning I don't know everything associated with this governor. But in the very specific confines of what he's trying to do here, I agree with. This is the governor of New Jersey. Phil Murphy. Phil Murphy is trying to legalize marijuana in New Jersey. Good for fucking Phil Murphy. He's trying to use the taxes for that marijuana to put through his particular agenda, somewhat of a lefty agenda, and pay for those services and raise additional revenue. Good for Phil Murphy. That's just bright and fucking brilliant to do. Good job. He also wants to raise taxes on the wealthy. Now, Democrats are looking at this and balking. His fellow Democrats, oh, they don't like this. They have misgivings about this. They have misgivings about the pot thing and the tax thing. He needs to pay for his particular program, so these are the ways he's going to pay for his program. The catch is, even though people say they pay too much in taxes, those people also said they were willing to pay a small increase if it would help for certain services in the society itself. I would wager that would go for all of America. People wanted to know, however, that their tax dollars was being used for something good, not to murder and kill abroad. Yes, my taxes are too high if you're using them to murder and kill abroad. If you're using them so somebody can have health care, if you're using them so people can go to school, I'm okay with that. Effectively, that's what those people were saying in Jersey. Let's take a look at this story. This is the Wall Street Journal. New Jersey governor gets pushback from fellow Democrats on proposed taxes. Lawmakers are questioning how Phil Murphy is planning to pay for his progressive agenda. Phil Murphy has an answer. Okay. As New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy gears up to present his first budget proposal Tuesday, some of the governor's fellow Democrats in Trenton have doubts about how he plans to pay for it. How are you going to pay for that, buddy? How are you going to pay for that? Corporate Democrats are looking at the lefty. How are you going to pay for that, mister? Mr. Murphy, who took office in January, is expected to increase spending to pay for the progressive policy agenda he proposed on the campaign trail, which includes fully funding the state's public schools and pension systems, overhauling the commuter rail, and making community college free. That's how you do it. That's what I like to hear. He said it on the campaign trail. He gets it off and is like, all right, how do we pay for it? How do we pay for it? Natural question. This is not the federal government, so they don't necessarily have the capacity to create cash. They're bound by their state budget. How do you pay for it? This is how he's going to pay for it. Some Democratic lawmakers, however, aren't sold on two new taxes. Murphy has proposed to help pay for spending increases. One on marijuana, which he's trying to legalize, and another on the state's millionaires. The new taxes would augment revenue generated by growing the economy and closing corporate loopholes, the governor has said. The dissent in his own party could threaten the speed at which Mr. Murphy, the state's first Democratic governor in 8 years, can implement his agenda despite the Democrats being firmly in control of the state legislature. Republican lawmakers also have expressed concerns about Murphy's proposed tax to millionaires in legalizing marijuana. Democrats have full control over the political apparatus. They own the apparatus in New Jersey. What do you represent? What do you represent? This guy gets in office and he says, I'm going to actually do what I said I was going to do on the campaign trail. I bash Democrats persistently. And I do it for a reason, because they don't do what they say they're going to do. Here's one who gets in office and says, I am actually going to try to do what I said I'm going to do. He has a Democratic legislature. The world should be good, right? The world should be good. What do you represent? What do you represent? Don't tell me, show me. Senate President Steve Sweeney, a Democrat, said he is concerned that a millionaire's tax will be spent too much in addition to the new federal tax law, which capped previously unlimited annual state and local tax deductions at $10,000 for individuals and married filers. Mr. Sweeney previously supported several bills that would have raised income taxes on New Jersey residents earning more than $1 million, all of which were blocked by former Governor Chris Christie. We're going to jack people's taxes up, and they can't write it off, Mr. Sweeney asked. The game changed when Washington passed the so-called tax cut. He's saying that these people are going to be ended up paying more taxes in certain states, California and East Coast. Instead of taxes on millionaires, Mr. Sweeney has proposed raising the state's corporate tax income tax to 12% from 9%, but only on businesses earning more than $1 million annually. He said tax would affect about 2,375 companies and generate more than $650 million in additional revenue for the state, which he proposed spending on education and environmental programs. The governor told reporters last week that he was intrigued by Mr. Sweeney's proposal, but wanted more details, including how it would affect small businesses. Mr. Murphy said he didn't see it as a substitute for a millionaire's tax, but perhaps as an additional weapon at our disposal. I love that. I love that. He's like, hey, that's an interesting idea, but I still want to do mine, but we can do that in addition to mine. We need to raise, damn it, we need to raise revenue. Here's a means for us to raise revenue. I love that. I love that. Any job you go for, especially in healthcare, you're going to have to do the drug screen. They're also concerned about the drug thing, legalizing marijuana. Look, I don't know who this governor is. I don't know each and every thing that's in this governor's closet that may be wrong with the governor. I got to give credit where credit is due. If he's on the campaign trail and he said, this is what I'm going to do, and he gets in office and his first thought is, all right, how do we do what I said we were going to do? And he has somewhat of a lefty agenda after dealing with Chris Christie stinking up that office for 8 years. I'll take it. I'll take it. The question is, what is the state legislature going to do? What is the state legislature going to do? You have a Democrat in that office, and you own the state legislature. What are you going to do? Who do you represent? Are you representing the people who put you in that office, or are you representing the people who are paying you? It's your choice. You have control of the entire apparatus. This guy's trying to do something good for your state and the people of your state. And by the way, they have polls of the people in the state itself. And for all intents and purposes, those people were perfectly all right paying for the additional services. So the question becomes, what are Democrats going to do? What are they going to do? I wanted to flag Sweeney because I thought this was good and it was something I like. And in normal circumstances, I don't necessarily have the best things in the world to say about Democrats. And so, to be fair, when I actually see one that seems to be trying to do what he's told his public he was going to do, I wanted to get him accolades. So, good job, Sweeney. The other ones need to get on board. So, I will end this here. So, yeah, breaking shit. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I destroyed my I destroyed my mouse. So yeah. Alright. I'm going to end this. I have another one that I need to do after this. This was just a short one. I wasn't even supposed to do this one. Phil Johnson, good job. Good job. Good job. You would never see this video, but good fucking job. Governor of New Jersey, trying to get shit done. Good fucking job. You vote for the people that represent your interests. That's my rule. That's my rule. Yes, the political system is ossified. It's not necessarily working in the way that we want it to work. But look, you get dollars or pitchforks. For all intents and purposes, for God knows how long, the only thing you've had with dollars. This is the system you get when you're out of the process and dollars get to run the system. You are having a populist revolt. You have these people pushing against the political apparatus, trying to get that system and that apparatus to change. Phil Johnson and people like Johnson, whether you want to talk about Sanders, Johnson, many of these guys are a result of social forces trying to change the system itself. Donald Trump is a symptom of that particular system trying to alter and change itself without getting a solution for that change. Phil Johnson, good fucking job. Good fucking job. Again, I don't know everything in Phil Johnson's closet, but on this very specific point, it seems like he's actually trying to represent what he said he was going to do. So, I will leave it at that. Alright guys, if you enjoy the content, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the Patreon. I need to fix my system now, so I'm going to end this a little early. Thanks guys.